Hi there. Thank you for joining me once again for another life lesson from the Soul's Journey Lesson Deck. As I've been going through each of these videos, typically I've been shuffling the deck, pulling a random card, and then speaking about the particular topic. Today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to pull a specific card that I know is in here, as I have a story, my own personal experience from today and this week that is very fitting to this topic that I want to share with you. The topic I want to talk about is perseverance. The bottom of the card says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So a little bit of a backstory on my own personal story that I want to share with you. I came into 2018 with a list of things I wanted to accomplish, quotes to live by, that sort of thing, goals. And one of the things I wrote on this list is to run a half marathon. I've done these in the past, but I hadn't done them for the last 4 or 5 years, and I thought I'm going to come back to it this year. So I actually signed up for 3. The first one was in April of this year, and I started out the year really good, training, doing lots of running, getting ready, and I ended up with bronchitis. I was out of any activity for probably 3 or 4 weeks, and then as I started to feel better, then I was off to Thailand for 3 weeks for a yoga retreat that I was leading. So needless to say, I really didn't do much training at all. Got back from Thailand around April 9th, and the first half marathon I did was April 29th. So I wasn't really prepared, but I was determined. It was freezing cold that day. I'm a fair weather runner. I love to run when it's 25 above. But I kind of sucked it up and I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. And I did, and I made it. And my time, if I remember right, was about 2 hours and 24 minutes, which was better than I thought. But I definitely was pretty sore for about a week after from not preparing as well and from the cold. So I got back on the training wagon after that race, getting ready for the one that I actually did today, July 15th in Edmonton here, another half marathon. And lo and behold, earlier in the week on Monday, I was hit with a sinus infection, just like with a Mack truck. And for me, sinus infections start in the lower jaw with the throbbing teeth, and everything moves up, and I don't really get stuffy until the end, which was kind of yesterday. And all week my husband kept saying, what are you going to do about your race? What are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it. I kept saying, I'm going to run it. And I never thought otherwise. I was hoping I would have been feeling a bit better or back to normal, back 100%. Not quite. I'm feeling okay, but I showed up for the race this morning, and very grateful to have had my husband and one of our daughters there to be my support team, and they were fantastic. The weather was beautiful, so that made me happy. And I felt really good, really ready to run this race, even though I was a little bit stuffed up. Took some Advil, some cold medication, and I was doing it. The race started out good. I was feeling good, although it didn't take long for my nose to start getting really stuffy. And of course, I didn't put any Kleenex in my pockets. And I just kept thinking, man, I hope Dave and Ashley are somewhere along the way and I can grab some Kleenex. And as the race went on, it kept getting stuffier and stuffier and really dry throat, as you can tell the way I'm speaking right now. And it was to the point where I was almost ready to use my shirt. And there they were, just up ahead, sitting on a picnic table, enjoying the sun and just waiting for me to run by. So as I made kind of eye contact with them for a distance, I tried to, through sign language sort of thing, say, I need some Kleenex. And my husband looked at me, he's like, yeah, good job. And I'm like, no, I need Kleenex. And he's like, yeah, keep going. And I didn't want to yell, but I finally had to say, I need Kleenex. So, and they were awesome. They ran to the vehicle, brought me Kleenex, and then I just kept going on my way. And I was thinking, okay, this is good. I can get through this. And then about halfway in, my right hip started locking up, and I was noticing I was twisting a little bit with each step going forward on my right foot, so I had to consciously try to correct myself. And but I was still determined. About the 15-kilometer mark, as I'm blowing my nose again with these pockets full of snotty Kleenex, I realized now I also have a nosebleed, which I've never had in my life. So I have this gimpy hip, I'm stuffy, I've got Kleenex coming out of my pockets everywhere, now I have a nosebleed. And I'm just thinking, okay, I think I still have, I don't know, like 5, 6, maybe 7 kilometers to go. And I had to walk a bit because it seemed the more I ran, the more my nose would bleed. So I took some time to kind of get that under control. And at this point I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm probably not as quick as my previous race, which is not great, but okay. It's okay. I wasn't going into it to, really be super competitive. I always have a goal to kind of beat my time, but for me, it's also more important to listen to my body and just be present with that rather than comparing to the past or thinking about the future. And I was coming up around a bend and I could see another mile marker sign ahead, and I'm looking and I don't have my glasses on, but it looks like 18. It looks like I'm at the 18-kilometer mark, and I'm thinking, okay, I can do this, I can do this. And the closer I get, I realize it says 16. And for a moment it was like, oh, just deflating, right? Because you're thinking you have 3 kilometers left and you actually have 5. But I just said, okay, you can do this, right? You can do this and it'll be okay, and you don't have to, get there at a certain time. Just do what you can. And so I did, and I just kept going, and I kept using my mind, repeating mantras in my head throughout the run a lot of times, just, I have no pain, I have no pain. And it's amazing what we can do to release discomfort and pain when we go into that kind of headspace. But there is also a fine line of recognizing when, okay, there is some pain and I need to back off a bit. Anyway, I did make it across the finish line. Even though I had my watch started when I left, I never looked at it once because I didn't want to know my time. I just wanted to enjoy the run as much as possible and all these little issues I was having along the way. And I was so surprised to come across the finish line 8 minutes quicker than my last time, because I just felt like it was so kind of slow today. But it's a really good feeling when you push yourself through something and you have that accomplishment. And even though along the way you might have these moments of just defeat or lack of confidence or whatever you're struggling with, if you just kind of bring yourself into that mindset of I can do this, right? And it doesn't have to be a specific way. I can just do it in whatever way it works, accept it and enjoy it. And it turned out to be beautiful, and my family was there, part of my family, to greet me at the finish line and snap some pictures. And then we were able to just move on with our day. But it really, again, it just really shows that, if we persevere, we can accomplish things that maybe we think we can't, right? And there are times when we do persevere and we don't necessarily get that outcome, right? Sometimes, for example, with running a race, sometimes there are injuries and you just don't get across the finish line. But at least you tried, right? At least you gave it everything you could and you tried. And the good news is you can try again. But celebrate. Whether you accomplish it or not, just celebrate the fact that you tried and you put effort and energy into it and that you persevered. It's the only way to grow and to move forward and to have as many experiences as possible in life, because really that's what we want to do, is experience as much as we can. So don't limit yourself. Persevere. The things that you think about that you want to do them. If it doesn't work, find a different way to give it a try. Keep trying. Don't give up. Okay? So that's my message, my story for you. I just wanted to share that. And I would love to hear from you any stories that you have about perseverance, anything you want to share. And I hope this gives you a little bit of a motivation. Again, it doesn't have to look pretty, right? Like I said, I got snotty, bloody Kleenexes flying as I'm coming across the finish line. It's not pretty, but I did it, and I was happy with my time, and I could celebrate that. And that's just the rewards of perseverance. So go do it. Bring that into your life and celebrate it. I wish you all the best with that, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.